It's been pretty well known that Stepa J. Groggs, the previous lead singer of industrial hip hop band Injury Reserve, had just previously died in the few following years back in 2020, leaving just two members remaining as they tried to scavenge what was left of this fallen apart band. They created an absolute masterpiece in my eyes with By the Time I Get to Phoenix in 2021, which perfectly honored their now lost friend. What happened to the singer is an incredibly sad sight that no band deserves to see happen to them, especially at such a young age. But now Injury Reserve in 2023 is trying to pull back together, and they released this 7-minute long single, Double Trio, under a new name, By Storm. It's very mature seeing Injury Reserve go for a new name, because Injury Reserve really doesn't exist without Stepa J. Groggs. Groggs really cemented the band and created the sound that they were known for, created that experimental, almost hardcore sound that everyone loved and appreciated, especially on the old mixtape days. So now seeing By Storm as a new name, this is like a new musical project and a new idea. I've heard many people say this is an incredibly passionate and all-around amazing work of art. So I'm going to go into this hoping for the best, and I probably will experience the best. This is also an A-side, B-side duo with By Storm, a song from By the Time I Get to Phoenix. So let's see if it goes along with a similar sound or tries something new. I should also really quickly mention that Injury Reserve and now By Storm is a music project that has stuck with me for the past 4 or 5 years. They were one of the first experimental hip-hop bands I ever dove into, next to bands like Death Grips and stuff like that. So, experiencing all of this loss and confusion and falling back together again in the band is really been an emotional ride for me, so I'm trying to take this one a little bit more seriously than anything else, especially because I did hear it's a bit of a sad one. This is super atmospheric so far.
The pain dragged me back, nigga. I was wide awake. Now get off your ass is what your mama would say.
This one hurts.
It's time to break the silence, only talking way. Shit gon' repeat. Fuck, do this delay. Pain that got me wild.
He's not putting that much true emotion into this because it sounds like he's holding back about his real emotions of the situation. Richie hearing about the death of his close friend of so many years. He's just numb to it, it sounds like, in the vocals.
It's time to break the silence, only talking way. Shit gon' repeat. Fuck, do this delay. Pain that got me wide awake.
How far? We're only 2 minutes in the song. Oh my god. Whoa. It's so overwhelming. I love that. I hear like these electronic synth lines, the piano melodies slightly in the back, the sampled drum line.
I got some shit to test out. The way he walking his breath, got a little more step now. The way he talking his breath, got a little more sense now. They tried to compress straws, they broke the camel's back now. They tried to test ours, but didn't take the best route. Shit, it's time to break the silence, only talking way. Shit, gon' repeat, all we do is delay. Greasy and very easy peasy. So breezy, now it's about to breezy. So breezy, now it's about to decay.
This is so sad to hear. It sounds like they're trying to get over the grief because it's been all these years, but they realize it's impossible to do that. So they're grasping for some kind of hope that can be seen by the more explosive instrumental like that, while they're still clearly holding back their true emotion in the vocals, as it sounds like they're about to cry singing this, and for good reason. It was all breezy, and now it's about to decay. It's like these anymores are symbolizing their tears from the whole situation, with it sounding so dreadful and dragged out like that. So eerie. This echoiness I love so much. It adds so much character. My brain's trying to emotionally process this whole song. This hurts a lot, especially knowing all the shit that happens. I love how they go for this kind of drum and bass thing towards the end. This is very new and different sounds. Maybe they'll continue a sound like that with By Storm if they release any more music. Yeah, it's time to burn some things, ain't no signs of decay. This to me sounds like them saying that it's time to get some stuff done. There's decay that's been happening because of this loss, but we need to get back into making music and creating art because that's what our lost friend would have wanted. It's time to get something going and move on from the past, but as we can see in the entire song, it's still so hard grieving and getting over this entire situation. Shit gonna repeat if all you do is delay. If all you do is sit in the past, you're never going anywhere. It's always just gonna repeat, and it's gonna be a lot more grief than trying to move on. This is so beautifully poetic and well orchestrated. Double Trio by Storm, or the Late Injury Reserve, is one of the most interesting and amazing songs I've heard this year so far. It's so nice hearing an update on the band's situation now that By the Time I Get to Phoenix has received so much critical success, and the band has had time to process the situation a little bit more. Though it is still sad to see the band grieving the loss, it shows that time still can't always heal wounds. Sometimes you just have to accept it and try to move on, and that's what it sounds like the band's trying to do with Double Trio. They're trying new sounds, and they're trying to deliver what Groggs would have wanted them to deliver. This is a near perfect song. I have almost no complaints, and I'm so happy to see this.